It is such a rainy, blustery day, and you know what really makes me happy on days like this? Flowers that are blooming in the midst of a storm. I'm not just being figurative, I'm being literal. I have flowers growing in November, and I am just tickled. It's so beautiful, and it just brings a big smile to my face. Hi friends, this is Aubrey, and this is Crybaby Seminole Homestead. And I just want to show you a few different flowers we have blooming in November in the Pacific Northwest. You might think about adding these to your garden if you haven't already. I planted these from like the value clearance area from Home Depot, and they're finally starting to bloom. And there are buds all over all of these plants. There's just so many. I'm really looking forward to the display I'm going to see just any day now with all of these blooming. Isn't that lovely? I'm so happy, and it is mid-November and I'm getting flowers blooming. So these are going to be something I plant every year because it's so charming to have something blooming this time of year. Time of year we expect to see pansies, and it's my first time planting these lovelies. I'm super excited because I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally I'm starting to see some blooms. And I have the anticipation of all these others just everywhere. There's so many. Love it. Aren't they darling? I was, curious because I've never planted these before. If I was actually going to get blooms out of them, and it's just so nice to have something blooming around Thanksgiving. And that beautiful, it's like a yellow green, lime green center with these burgundy, almost brown leaves or petals. Gorgeous. And even the foliage, I actually thought if it doesn't bloom, at least the foliage is beautiful. So these were really short plants, and then they just burst up and went to flower finally. And super excited about these, and I thought I'd plant them around this Rose of Sharon, because this Rose of Sharon in the fall, loses all of its foliage, and then this really brings this planter back to life. So very, very happy, and I'm definitely going to grow these again. I'm going to be harvesting echinacea seeds soon. Got some here. Some are actually already falling off, so I better do that quickly. Some of them aren't ready, but I'm going to definitely get some of those going. I have been collecting calendula seeds, and the calendula just keep flowering. They're just so beautiful. I love it. And I didn't know this because I'm new to carnations, but I have them blooming, and it's November, y'all. So I'm actually still getting blooms in November from these carnations. So mid-November, got echinacea blooming, carnations, calendula. It's just fabulous. I was wrong. I thought my snapdragons were done, and they are not done. Look at all these beautiful pink blooms. And I already did a seed video where I showed you the little skeleton looking seed faces of the seed pods. These here got eaten by caterpillars, but the normal seed head looks kind of like a skeleton face. But at the same time I have those, I have these brand new blooms. Just so gorgeous. Wow. And the sunlight right after it's raining. See if I can get to shade a little bit so you can see better. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Mid-November. Fabulous. I didn't even intentionally buy the pink flowers, and I had, of all the colors to bloom right now, the pink was just so on the nose because my daughter is having a baby girl in a month. So having those pink snapdragons blooming right now is so adorable, and I just absolutely love them. We got the orange calendulas, and pretty sure those are mums, some kind of chrysanthemum. I actually tried contacting Home Depot to ask them, and they said they couldn't tell me. But I think those are chrysanthemums. I sometimes will buy whatever's on clearance, and they might or might not even be marked. So I'm going to assume that they're chrysanthemums. They are a single daisy-like pattern of petals with a disc in the middle. They're very precious and adorable. I just love how those really deep purple blooms unfurl. Another stand of the calendula. Every day I come through here and take a handful of calendula seeds. So I've got a lot of those saved up. I don't want to gather seeds right now because they're so damp. So I'm going to let them dry a bit before I take them. And then I'll continue to dry them on a paper plate. It looks like something's been eating that flower. But it's awesome because there are so many organisms that need to pollinate and do their life stuffs, you know. And it's just so nice to have flowers this time of year. So this is going to be seeds, and then it gets to that stage, and then it gets to like this. I have to be careful not to take off the seeds with it. If it usually just falls off by itself, the dead petals. I don't want to accidentally dislodge some of them, but it's beautiful. I used to only grow edibles, medicinal, useful plants, and so everything has a use though. Either it's going to ward off, you know, certain kinds of insects, or it can be used as an insecticide, or it can be used to attract pollinators. Everything has a place in the garden. I hope you enjoyed this very short and sweet episode, if you want to call it that. I'm taking refuge in the car because it started pouring, but I wanted to just thank you for sticking through the video with me. And on my next video, it's going to be a very heavy package that I put in orders today. And I have some pretty serious concerns. So I wanted to focus on something positive today with the flowers. But I have some serious concerns about our food supply. So I did put in an order for a lot of seeds. So I will be showing that on an upcoming video. Subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. You definitely want to have some flowers in your garden that are going to attract and pull in pollinators. And what my research today said that the chrysanthemums are actually really good at keeping pests out of your garden. You need to be careful though, because they are very toxic to cats and dogs, probably humans too. Obviously do not eat them. Be good, be sweet, grow a garden if you want to eat, and I will see you next time.